Hello leaders, happy Tuesday. Facebook is not letting me see comments or who's watching, so I'm just gonna get started. Crazy hair, yes ma'am. So today I want to talk to y'all. I have my notes up here. Be thankful I have notes. I am a squirrel. Let's just start by saying that. In life, in this business, whatever it may be, but I am super intentional about being intentional, about being focused, about what I'm looking at, about what I'm working on, okay? So I wanted to talk to y'all today about intentional growth. Intentional growth. And I feel like this is something that doesn't even necessarily, it shouldn't have to be said, but it does need to be said, because not just for our team or our leaders or our group, but just in general with any business, we have to be intentional about our growth, about what we want in this business, okay? So with that intentional growth, the first thing I'm going to say is let's focus on our lane, okay? Let's put those blinders on. People will always ask me, like, what changed when things started changing your business? I put my head down and got to work, okay? I didn't look at what Susie Q was doing. I didn't look at what Larry was doing over there. I put my blinders on just like a horse and I got to work. I focused on my lane. I focused on my path. I focused on what my goal was at the end, okay? And that's always going to evolve and change, right? So once I reached that goal, it was the next thing. It was the next thing. We get caught up a lot in comparing in this business. And it's hard, right? Because everyone's sharing what they're doing and there's tons of good ideas. But we also have to be super careful with how we take those ideas or how we take what someone else is doing or even someone else's success in this business. We have to be careful on how we let that affect us or how we let that veer our business, right? I mean, thank goodness people who are sharing because that can make a difference in someone's business who is hurting or who needs the help. But for someone who is trying to stay a course, but they keep looking at what boxes someone's doing or what thank you someone's doing or whatever else could possibly take your attention from your lane or from your path, it's going to be hard, okay? So stop squirreling. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I have to be super careful because I'll go and the things that I want to post on my team pages and the groups that I have, and then I'll start scrolling through Facebook. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, I don't even know what I've read. Okay. That's me. That's my life. So I have to be super intentional. Don't even go to the newsfeed. Just go straight to the group, post your things and get off Facebook. Okay. Intentional growth. First things first, we're going to make goals. That's why we make goals. So we know what we're working towards. What growth do you want in your business? Do you want to have a team of 100? Do you want to have a group of 5,000? Do you want to be a director? Whatever that goal is, or goals, multiple, right? Just start writing. Write them down. Share them with someone. Make crazy, unpredictable goals for yourself. And then we're going to break down those goals, right? We've talked about them a lot, but with your growth, you're going to need your goals. The second thing you're going to need is your plan. So how are we going to get to those goals? For that growth, to be intentional about it, we have to make a plan. We have to figure out, okay, if I want to get annual sales this month, this is what I need to do in PRV every month. And to get that PRV every month, this is what I need to do to get that PRV every month. So if I want 2,500 PRV a month, how many parties do I need? How many people do I need to be asking to have those parties, to get those parties booked, okay? All of those things. Or how many Cincy Club subscribers do I need to get that PRV? All of those things go into a plan. If you're just out there like saying you want to be a director, but you don't have any plan with how many parties you want a month or how many sponsors you want a month, then you're not serious about that goal. Let's be just completely honest there, okay? I'm not saying it in a negative way, but it's the truth, okay? Can you get to director without making a plan? 100%. But make that plan and be intentional about it, and it's going to go, one, a lot faster, and it's going to have a stronger foundation. So people will say, oh, well, I got to director without doing this, and this. Okay, that's fine. Let's talk in 6 months and see where you're at. Are you paid at title consistently? Are you continuing to grow? Are you just mainstreaming? Okay, there's things and reasons that go into what we're telling y'all to do. Okay. So make that plan. Get help from your upline or from your director. Tell them, hey, I want to make a plan to hit director by November. Whatever it may be. Hey, I want to make a plan to get a 2K consistent paycheck. You're going to obviously work with them and you're going to let them know what your goal is, but it's on you to make that plan. It's not, you don't say, hey, director, I want to make 2K a month. Let me know what I need to do. No. Y'all are going to work together to do that plan, okay? Intentional growth, we're going to focus on the people. Okay, we're not going to be so much worried about getting you to that goal, right? So if you want a director, for example, we're not just worried about director. We're not worried about that and nothing else as far as our team. There's a lot that goes into getting to director and maintaining a director. So the people, love on them, care on them. This is a business, right? So we have to have a good balance between business and friendship. But loving on those people, caring about them. Why are they not doing well? How can I help them? All of those things. When you start focusing on the people, that business is going to build because they're going to want to be a part of what you're doing. If you sign these people up and you don't train them up, people are going to start realizing that, right? If you say you want something, but you're not doing the work in and you're not showing that you're doing the work in, you're not sharing what you're doing to put the work in, people are going to start realizing it. Your leaders and your team are not going to trust you. Just how it is. All of those things go into that intentional growth. And using your business as a vessel, I've really been, it's been like an aha thing with me recently with my business, is using my business to not just get a paycheck, right? Like I'm using it to be able to bring awareness. I'm using it to be able to show my appreciation. I'm using it to be able to raise funds for people and businesses that are struggling, okay? So using your business as a vessel to help others and not just yourself. It's not all about you anymore. For example, just to backtrack a little bit with as far as your goals on your PRV or your sponsoring or coaching, obviously it's going to be those 3 legs, right? Those are going to be the things that we focus on to have that intentional growth. So how do we focus on those things? Well, we're going to watch trainings because we don't do these trainings for us. Anyone who does a training, it's not for them. It's not because they like to watch themselves talk. It's not because they like to plan these out and take time out of their day to talk to no one. Okay, it's to help you. So if you're not watching trainings and you're not implementing the things that you're watching, trying those things in some way in your business, open to what people have found success in, then I don't know what to tell you. In this business, I literally said in our SSD chat the other day, like it's paved. The way to success in this business is paved. We have tons of successful people in this business. We just have to, one, if you're not there yet, we have to continue to go that way, right? Consistency, we talk about that all the time. But watching what successful people do in this business, watch what they're sharing, watch what they're focused on, okay? The things that work have been shared many, many times. So if you're saying you want a director, but you've been a star consultant for a year, then you're not putting the work in. Just going to be completely honest. You don't have that intentional growth in you, right? You don't have that where you're going to be like, yes, I want to grow this month or this year, and this is what I'm going to do it, okay? Search on your team pages. If you need help with PRV, search PRV. If you need help with sponsoring, search the word sponsoring. That's why we put titles on our videos, so they can be found by being searched. A lot of leaders have YouTube pages. If you're not following your leaders on YouTube, again, I'm not sure what you're doing. I'll be completely honest with you. YouTube is made for us to work smarter, not harder. It's not something that I really wanted to do as a leader, but I did it anyways because my upline told me to, and it has been a blessing. I've been able to help so many people that aren't on my team with our ideas and things that I train on, okay? Go search those YouTube pages. There is 2.5 years, 2-ish years, I don't know exactly, of content on my YouTube page. We have directors who are getting there started. Tons of good content. Tons. Okay? So if you're feeling like you're in a rut, or if you need help in a certain area, use your resources, guys. Okay? And when I say resources, I don't mean messaging your upline and saying, hey, I need help with this. Go do your research first. Go do some listening to videos. That's what they're for. And then the biggest thing about intentional growth is that you're going to continue to grow. Even once you get to that point of a goal, so you hit a goal, you met that, we're still going to continue to grow. Same thing with the title. You hit director, awesome. What's next? Are you just going to sit back and be like, I'm totally content making my 10,000 GWV every single month and not growing anymore? Okay, guess what that's going to do? Eventually, like I said earlier about that paid at title and all that kind of stuff, eventually those people, just like you, are going to stop growing. And that's going to start going backwards because people are going to be like, why am I doing this? My leader's they're not helping me. They're not growing their business. They're not training me. They're not continuing to do those things. So why would I? And that's when you're going to start backtracking. You're going to start not being paid at title. You're going to get hit a flat line where you're going to start then going backwards, and it's going to be hard to get back to that point. Okay. So continuing to grow in that intentional growth period. We are always growing in this business in so many different ways. And that's a mindset. So fix your mindset. I hope you have a good Tuesday, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.